She was married to a U.S. citizen who came from Jordan, and she married in Jordan and came to the United States. And when she came, her marriage started to have some problems, and so they divorced within the first 2 years. During that time, though, she had gotten her green card. She had subsequently gotten the 10-year green card, and then after that, she'd applied for citizenship. And during this time, also after her divorce, she had remarried to another U.S. citizen, and they had had a child together, and they started this whole new life. So her first marriage was over. Everything else was sort of moving on, and she had this new life. Since 2011, she had a different husband and her current husband. And during this process, with all of these applications to USCIS and all of these interviews and statements, there were lots of things going on in her case. And she got some decisions that were not favorable and ultimately ended up in removal, okay? And when she ended up in removal, she had to defend her first marriage. Even though she was married to a new U.S. citizen and her current applications and life was moving in that direction, immigration, USCIS was actually interested in that first marriage. You know, what happened in that first marriage? Was that a valid marriage? Did she marry to get an immigration benefit? And this was confusing to the client because as far as she was concerned, she had moved on, right? She was married, she got divorced, she got remarried, and she was applying now based on this new marriage. And so it was complicated logistically for her and legally for her because she didn't understand why that first marriage was relevant. But of course, from an immigration perspective, every marriage, every relationship, every document, every petition that you file to immigration has to be valid, right? And they have to believe it and understand it, and it needs to make sense to them. And so by the time she came to us, she had a really big file with lots of different things happening. And what we knew is that she had an immigration court proceeding and that we needed to prove that she had valid marriages, right, in order to get her immigration benefit. And so, you know, years had sort of gone on, and what we did is we decided to file a new I-130 based on the new marriage, and we filed a new I-485 based on that marriage. And that helped us tremendously in immigration court because then the judge was able to say, why is she eligible for a green card? Because of this new marriage. Yes, that's true. But I also, in immigration court, had to go back and explain and prove why that first marriage was valid. So even though she's married to a U.S. citizen now, and she applied now and was able to get that approved, she still needed to prove that the first marriage was valid. And so it was a complicated case, lots of things going on. And what's wonderful is that today we were able to have a hearing on the record where the judge was willing to grant that green card for her based on that new marriage and based on the evidence that we submitted and that she was able to prove her case. So that was a great day for her, very exciting, many, many years of waiting, but I'm glad we were successful.